Happy Sunday. Unfortunately, and I don't want to be negative, but we're just going to be a little bit real. Unfortunately, you will have to be your own cheerleader a lot of the time, especially if your undertaking is something that most people don't agree with or most people can't understand. You know, I'm sure these great minds that had these off-the-wall ideas were met with a tremendous amount of, you know, jealousy, denial, you know, people that didn't want to see it work, people that didn't understand the complexities of it, people that just didn't have the brain power or the creative nature to support these wild ideas. But great things have happened. Great technology has been designed by people that were thinking outside of the box, and as I've said, most likely did not have a lot of support because, you know, people denying their own abilities and then taking that and putting it off on you. But for whatever reason you get there, you get to this point where, you know, people don't want to cheer you on, people don't want to see you do well, or people don't want to be part of your journey, however you want to look at it. So you have to dig within yourself to say, okay, well, why am I doing this? Am I doing this for reasons that even if I don't get any kind of recognition, I'm still going to keep continuing to do this and continue to improve? Now, the bad thing about that, the worst thing I think about not having support is you don't have the feedback, because you need feedback to grow. You know, you need, oh, well, you know, you're doing, you know, I would rather people just tell me I'm doing crap, because then it's like, okay, well, you know, if you're not supporting me, heck, you know, tell me I'm doing bad, because then at least if I'm doing bad and you could tell me some things I could fix, then that's helping me. But just like kind of being on the sidelines, that's not helping anyone improve. So you got to get around thinkers. You got to get around people that aren't necessarily your friends, but are your peers in what you're doing. It's crucial for you to get around new people, you know, because, man, you know, I've done a lot of research into the topic of, you know, friendship circles, support circles, and unfortunately, the research shows that it's the people that are closest to you. Not in every case, but in most cases, it's the people that are closest to you that aren't going to, you know, they're not going to support your ideas, you know. And so you got to get around these people that are doing what you're doing and beg them for feedback. Just saturate yourself in whatever it is, whatever area it is that you're doing, and just try as hard as you can to not have a competitive nature about you, have a learning nature about you, you know, be humble, you know, be gracious, you know, and really, you know, work hard to pick people's brains, because I really honestly believe that your growth is what, you know, you're gonna need to keep yourself, you know, energetic long term, because people lose that fire because, you know, they have all these expectations of, you know, the people they thought were going to support them or the recognition that they thought they were going to get, and then they don't get it, and then they just fizzle out. I say start by knowing that that isn't what's going to happen. Start by completely removing expectations of, you know, how you're going to feel, how people are going to make you feel. You know, expect to feel ignored. Expect to feel like you're out on an island on your own, you know, and, you know, you gotta facilitate, you gotta build, you gotta freaking cut down the trees, you gotta do all this out there by yourself to create lodging or a happy environment. I mean, hell, you gotta, you know, you gotta burn, you know, the skin off your hands trying to, you know, make fire. I mean, you know, but you're not gonna get any recognition for it. And no one's gonna pat you on the back and smack you on the butt and tell you that you're doing an awesome job and tell you that you're inspiring them. None of that. You're gonna have to inspire yourself. You're gonna have to motivate yourself. And hey, if you do end up having the life where you have people around you like that, that's awesome. But unfortunately, and as I said, research says this. I'm not just saying this because it's my, you know, personal situation. I'm saying this because research says that in most cases, it's the people that are not closest to you that'll be the ones that will, you know, support you and, you know, and give you, you know, feedback and give you new ideas and share ideas with you, because there's not a connection as far as, like, you know, comparison most of the time. Is there a little there because you're in the same arena? Yes, but it's not the same as someone that's closest to you. It's not. It's just not. You know, people will say one thing, you know, people will be around, they'll be in your life, they'll put on a real good show, but, you know, underneath, you know, reality's there, you know. So, you know, as I said, you know, I hope it doesn't come off negative. It's really a message of, this is it in a nutshell. Rely on your own inner power and your own inner motivation, and don't rely on anyone else for your emotional stability in whatever it is you're going after. You know, don't expect kudos, don't expect to be praised, loved, you know, just don't expect any of that. If you get it, awesome. Treat people awesome. Treat people great. Always be a good person, but in your mind, understand, I'm out here on my own. I gotta make it work on my own. I can't allow myself to start, you know, requiring these external, you know, motivators that might not be there. They may be there for a while. And I've been in situations where, yes, they were there for a while, you know, and that was great. But that, it doesn't sustain itself. It's not like that all the time. You're not always gonna have those great people that are there that are supporting you all the time. That's another reason why you're supposed to get mentors. You know, I've talked about this stuff before. You know, you got to have those mentors because, as Ty Lopez says, you got to have those people that are above you, where it's not one of your peers. Because in the peer group, there could be competition. Yes, there's going to be the people that are going to support you, obviously. But in the peer group, in your peer group, there's going to be that competition. That's why you're supposed to hang out with those mentors that are 20, 30 years ahead of you, because you're not a threat. They're willing to give you everything. If they're retired and they're out of the game and you're not a threat to them anymore, they're going to freaking give you way more than someone you're in competition with. Duh. You know, because they don't, it's not affecting their interest. They're done. They're out the game. So, you know, the mentors. Look for the mentors. Focus on mentors. Have some peers of people that you trust, that want to see you grow, and you know that in your heart, and they want to see you grow, and you want to see them grow, and it's like a symbiosis. You know, you love each other, you know, and that's rare. But hey, you know, you don't like the message, don't listen to it. I'm just telling you, you know, what I know from experience and what I've studied up on. So I just wish you the best. Happy Sunday.